What is up, guys? DZ here, and today is super exciting. After weeks of no talk about the new Subterrors, this article just dropped, and it's called Invasion Vengeance Lurks Below, Waiting for a Chance to Strike. As soon as I saw the title, I was really hoping it would be about the new Subterrors, and by God it was. They released all 4 of the new cards in one single article, and it was crazy. I've probably logged more hours on Subterrors than almost anyone out there. I probably streamed like 50 hours of it over the course of a month in the summer, and I've played it in a lot of real tournaments as well. And I love this deck, and I'm super excited to talk about these cards. So we're gonna walk through each one of them, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on them. So for the monsters, we have a level 12 and a level 5 Subterror Behemoth, and then a level 3 Subterror Nemesis. Right off the bat, you can see that they're going with no single type. We have a Pyro, a Fairy, and a Sea Serpent. The previous ones were Rock, Reptile, and Warrior. So there's no theme there. I was kind of wondering if the Subterror Nemesis would stay Warriors, but I guess not. But starting off with Subterror Behemoth, Ultramaphis, I don't know. Level 12 guy, so he's really big. He has 3,000 attack. When he's flipped up, so the Subterror Behemoths follow the same deal as the previous 2 did, where if you flip a monster face down and you only control face down monsters, you can special summon them. That's the same. Also, once per turn, you can flip them face down, so that's sort of the same deal. But then their flip effects are, for this one, level 12, you can set everything else on the field face down. That turns everything your opponent controls face down, which is good for resetting the field, and then also resets your Subterrors, which is really helpful. I don't know. He's like okay because like we don't really need like the levels that I was hoping to have were actually 8 and 6 were the levels that I was hoping that they would release, but I guess we'll have to make do with 12. I don't know if I'd play him. He's sort of like he's sort of just like a worse Pot of Forbidden. I suppose you could get away with playing 1, but he looks cool, and that's important. And then we're going to talk about Subterror Behemoth's Stygo Kraken, the Kraken one, who at first I thought was a Walrus, which I got really excited about because it's like, I saw some fins, I saw some tusks, I got excited, but it's just a Kraken. So he's cool for the fact, so his effect is that when he's flip face up, you can destroy set cards up to the number of Subterrors you control. That's cool, but more importantly, he's level 5, which means that you can summon him if you have Nemesis Warrior and any monster. Because one of the problems with previous iterations that you'd be stuck with, you could rarely make Stalagmo with Nemesis Warrior because he was level 10, so you need a level 6 monster. And then Umastrix just didn't do enough to impact the game state. So being level 5 means that you can tutor for him. It also combos pretty nicely with Brilliant Fusion, because then you can just go into a rank 5 off the Seraph Knight, so that's kind of cool. But most importantly, Subterror Nemesis Archer, which is a secret rare of the set, because the trap is a rare, you can look at the lettering to tell. Subterror Nemesis Archer is like the actual tits, and that's not a pun because she has boobs. It's actually just the best card out of all these cards. So it's level 3, 1600 attack points. That's pretty cool. It has an Aaron-like effect, Aaron the Lightsworn. So when you attack a monster with her, if it's face down and you control a Subterror, it's just put back into the deck immediately. That's pretty cool. It combos really well with the Prediction Princess Ritual, which is definitely still a card that you need to play. I don't know if you need to play Brilliant Fusion still, but definitely the Prediction Princess engine is still worthwhile. So yeah, you can flip anything face down with the Prediction Princess, then just run into it with this and put it back to the deck. That's great. Probably more importantly, though, is that if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special a Subterror, any Subterror from your deck, in face up or face down defense position, and that's just like mind blowing. Like that's definitely what this deck needed. That means like there's so many combos that are just going through my head right now. I think Metal Foes are like the way to play this deck now, because if you have Archer, any Metal Foes, and then any other behemoths in your hand, you can instantly trigger Archer to set or to special summon a behemoth in face-up defense position, and then set the metal foes back row, probably fusion, and then just flip the guy you special summon face down with its own effect, and then special summon as many Subterrors from your hand as you want to, and that's just like, it totally just like unbricks your hand. I was kind of hoping for like a Nemesis Warrior like effect, except that it specials them from the hand or tributes them from the hand or something, but this is not what I was planning on or thinking of, but it definitely works. Like, totally, this card's just really great. You can also just set it as like a chump blocker, but the main combos that I'm going to be coming up with, at least, are going to be popping it with like metal foes, and I already have a couple in my head already that I'll probably do a video of when these cards come out. But that card's amazing, truly. I mean, that's definitely like the 3 of for sure. They also got a trap, Subterror Behemoth Burrowing, so it has 3 different effects. That's always good. So when you activate it, you banish a Subterror, and then your set monsters can't be destroyed by card effects or battle. They can't be destroyed by card effects or targeted by card effects. That's all right. It's good because a lot of times the out to your field was like a Dark Hole or Regeki. A lot of the turns that I would do with Subterrors when I was playing them earlier is I end with like a Prediction Princess and like 4 face down monsters, and then if they just Regeki you, like you just lost immediately. So that's really good. That protects you from that setup. The second effect is that you can banish it from your graveyard and then flip a Subterror into face down defense mode. I'm actually kind of mad because right now the problem with Subterrors isn't flipping them face down, it's flipping them face up. And like at the moment, like what I've come up with flipping them face up is like you can play like W Nebula Meteorite, or you could play you can play like W Nebula Meteorite, or like Chaos Infinity would be like the cards to use to flip them face up. If this effect, the banishing effect flipped a monster face up, like this card would just be insane. Like that'd be so good. Flipping it face down is like okay, because it means that you don't have to use Prediction Princess to flip him face down or like Book or anything. But like realistically, like what we needed was a card to flip him face up. Hopefully we'll get that eventually, but not right now. And then the last effect is that if it's destroyed in your spell and trap card zone, you can search your deck for a Subterror monster. It's almost never going to go off. But it does make it so you don't have to be afraid of Twin Twisters anymore. If you have like this set with like a couple other things and they Twin Twisters you, if they target this, you can chain it to prevent your monsters from being destroyed that turn, but then also get a search. So that's really cool. Any card that has like extra utility is just awesome. Just like general things, as far as ratios go without testing, I'm thinking the level 12 guy would either be a 1 or a 0. I see really no reason to play more than 1 of him, unless there's, Resetting the Field's good, he just doesn't have a lot of synergy. As far as Nemesis Archer, like I said, definite 3 of, absolutely. Same thing. Same thing with Warrior, really. And then as far as the Kraken guy, I'm kind of anywhere from 0 to 2 of him. Maybe 2 if you played a more level 5 oriented build. I suppose there's some combos that you could actually do. Well, actually, I should read. I don't know. There's some combos that I'm thinking of that might work. I'll have to look into them later. But depending on what build you're playing, I'd say anywhere from 0 to 3. Probably a staple 1 of, though. And then the trap, I'd say probably a staple 2 of, maybe a 1 of, anywhere from 1 to 2. I think it's worth playing just in general. But overall, I'd say these cards, I don't know, it's tough because like with the Spiral support, if you guys were seeing that getting leaked, I'd say they have probably, they really got like 3 really good pieces of support. But the problem is I think that deck lacks a win condition, where Subterrors don't lack a win condition. I think they just have a lot more raw power. I think right now Subterrors are still the better strategy because they have a win condition and they're a lot faster, and they interact with your opponent on their turn a lot more than Spirals do. And there's just so many different routes you can take Subterrors, honestly. But yeah, I was like super hyped when I saw this link, and a lot of times what happens when cards for archetypes that I like are released, people make videos about them without actually like playing the deck. But I figured seeing I spent so much time playing Subterrors and trying to make them good, that I should share my thoughts on them, because a lot of the other YouTubers that are just going to like probably post that the new Subterror support got leaked, maybe haven't played with Subterrors, which is like fine, because they're not that great right now, or they weren't that great right now. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts. Let me know what you think about the support, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.